everyone, it's your Miss Supranational 2019, Anntonia Porsild, and welcome back to Supra Chat with Ann. Today we have Group 2 of the Mr. Supranational 2021 contestants. Today, let's start with a brief introduction from our Group 2 contestants, starting with Mr. Brazil.
Hi, my name is João Henrique. I am 23 years old. I'm making this month. I'm from Santiago, Rio Grande do Sul, in the south of Brazil. And since I was a child, I dreamed becoming a doctor. And today I am a fourth year medical student, also a model and a local digital influencer in the health area here.
Thank you, Mr. Brazil.
You're welcome.
Next, we have Mr. Colombia.
Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be here. I'm going to be 100% honest. I'm 100% anxious for the next date of Mr. Supranational and 50% nervous. I'm so anxious right now. My name is Manuel Molano. I'm 29 years old. I work as an actor, model, and dancer here in my place. I've been practicing ballet since 12 years ago. I started my exploration path in arts from a very young age. When I was 11 years old, maybe, I fell in love with the acting class. And in that age, I start to understand my own energy through the movement. So I fell in love with the dance too. And I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you, Mr. Colombia. Next, we have Mr. Dominican Republic.
Hello, my name is Ivan Oleaga, and I'm an actor here in Dominican Republic. And I work as a marketer in my family's company. And I'd like to help people where I can, whenever I can, and deliver a message to everyone who's out there to keep following their dreams and keep pushing forward, keep walking, and never look back. If you fall, just step up, keep going.
Thank you, Mr. Dominican Republic. Very inspiring words. Next, we have Mr. Ecuador.
I'm Mario Iglesias. I'm from Ecuador. I'm 30 years old. I'm a civil engineer, and I'm also an bodybuilding athlete, and which allow me to train other people. That's my passion. And I'm so anxious to be there to meet all you guys. And I know this is going to be such an amazing experience. So as everybody, I'm just getting ready to give my 150% there. And I think all of us, we're gonna be a great group. So this is gonna be so fun, and I'm gonna be so glad to meet you guys.
Thank you, Mr. Ecuador. Next, we have Mr. Mexico.
Hello, guys. This is Gustavo Rosas. I'm 29 years old. I am from, well, my hometown is Culiacan, Sinaloa, Mexico. I got a degree on international trade. I'm currently working as a model and also as a coordinator in a marketing company. And I feel such a pride. I'm very proud to be representing my country. You know, Mexico has many things to share to the world. I'm really excited for meeting you guys because I know that you guys are incredible competitors, that you're giving your 100% for this competition. And I cannot wait to be in Poland to meet Andre, to meet Sam, to meet Anne. And thank you, Anne, for having this time with us. We are really enjoying. And that's all from my part. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Mr. Mexico. Next, we have Mr. Panama.
Hi everyone.
Yes, there you
Hi
go.
Anntonia. I have to say you are so beautiful. I am 22 years old. I live in Panama City. And about to study journalism, especially in sport. I'm currently taking English class to Pacific English. And model, actor, the baseball player. Sorry for my English. No hablo mucho inglés.
No problem. Thank you, Mr. Panama. And thank you for your compliment. Luckily, my lighting isn't so good, so you can't see that I'm blushing right now. Next, we have Mr. Puerto Rico.
Hey guys, my name is Francisco Vergara. I'm from, like Antonia said, from San Juan, Puerto Rico. More than happy to be here. I'm 29 years old. I'm very excited about this new journey for me and for all of us that's gonna start on the 12th of August. I'm currently a crew member. I work for a major airline company in the US. And very excited to be part of it, you know, to follow and pursue my dream. When I was a little kid, I dreamed to be traveling around the world, and I never thought I was going to suffer from aviophobia. And if I don't know if you heard about that before, but it's a condition that pretty much stop you to be able to fly. So for me, it's something that is very important. And through this platform, I kind of want to use my voice to help people, you know, in some way or other, to make them understand and make them see that if I can do it and I can overcome my fear, you can do it as well, you know, that there's no limitations and you can do it. So I'm very excited that this platform allow us to not only just be a prototype of how handsome you have to be, but what can you offer with all of that. So I'm happy to be here, happy and excited to meet all of you in Poland soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Puerto Rico, and thank you for sharing your very inspiring story. And that's it for our guys. I hope that you guys have gotten to know each other, because now is time for your first question. So loosen up a little bit, and these are just questions sent from the fans for them to get to know you better and just to show your personality mostly. So let's start with Mr. Brazil. Your first question is, what is the essence of being a man?
For me, nowadays, being a man is like to be without any prejudice, taking care about yourself, you know, like your health, your appearance. I think today men, like women, have to carry about yourselves and caring about other people, like your family, your woman, your children, if you have it. Being a man nowadays, you have to has much responsibility, social responsibility, to take care of all of this.
Thank you, Mr. Brazil. Next, we have Mr. Colombia. Your first question is, what are the standards that men face when entering a beauty pageant?
Okay, thanks for that question. I'm so excited to answer that because I think we are fighting with the stereotypes on that contest. So many people think that Mr. needs to be a handsome guy with beautiful smile, with good hair, and I think that it's important, but it's only an excuse. It's only an excuse because the most important thing are the things that are behind of this. Why? Because for me, how do you say apariencia física?
Physical appearance.
The physical appearance only needs to be example of discipline, of example of healthy, example of self-love, and the rest is your own point of view. What do you think? What do you need to learn about the world? What do you need to say of yourself about the world? So I think that the things that really matters: healthy, self-love, and a good example of discipline.
Thank you, Mr. Colombia. Next, we have Mr. Dominican Republic. Your first question is, if you had an endless amount of money to help your country, what would be the first thing you do?
Help the poor people first, but not giving them money like directly. Just in my country, there's a lot of issues with education. So I will first go to education because in my country, there's a lot. The percentage is very low in education here. So I will go first for education. So the poor people can have it for free and very good education, of course. And then I will try to find a way that people get medical medicine support for free too, so they can have a very good life experience. Should be better.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Dominican Republic.
Thanks.
Next, we have Mr. Ecuador. Your first question is, who is a historical figure that inspires you the most and why?
There are so many guys that have made history around the world in our own history, but I'm like always paying attention about Jesus' life, because I'm always thinking about how a man that came here from zero was able to change the world, was able to like shake a whole empire, like Roman Empire, which was like a such a big thing at that age, and being able to keep in the story. So he who was like a good example of like overcoming, like getting big, like put your track in the world to make it better, to heal the world. So I think like if Jesus give us the example to come from zero, from like a humble family, and become an example for the whole world, I think we can take that example and be at least just a little part of it, and try to do it, and try to let a little bit of our own track to the world to make it better. Thank you.
Mr. Ecuador. Next, we have Mr. Mexico. Your first question is, what is something about you that you wish other people could know more about?
I have a very unique, I would say, sense of help, because I love to be helping each other. And I mean, I help my family, I help my friends, but most of all, and during this last year through 2019 and this 2021, I have been giving some Zoom classes with some students that are in high school, giving like kind of TED Talks about the bullying, because you know this is something that is getting so hard here in Mexico, and not only in Mexico, I mean all over the world. And I love a lot to be like an example and an inspiration of how you can go through this pain that we have in the world, how you need to have a great self-esteem, a stronger self-esteem, to love yourself, as my partner of Colombia mentioned, to be ready, to be strong, to be brave, because during your life, and many people will try to let you down, and many people will say that you're not capable of something, that you're not available enough for doing something, but the way that you can follow your dreams and get your dreams done with a lot of discipline, a lot of effort, and a lot of with that ambitious to be ready for achieve your dreams is something that I like a lot to share with the students. And this sense of like being like supportive and to help a lot is something that not all of the people know about me, but I feel really proud about it.
Thank you, Mr. Mexico. And I
Thanks
think
to you,
it's very great that these kids have someone to look out for them and someone to look up to as well, to be a good example.
Yeah. Thanks.
So next we have Mr. Panama. Your first question is, what advice would you give to your younger self?
Como líder, llegaría a esos jóvenes, esos niños.
Like a leader, I want to make a message for all the young people in my country that they can do it. Whatever you want to do, you can do it. You have to follow your dreams, and whatever you want to do, you can make and follow that dreams.
Y ese es el consejo que les puedo decir.
Thank you, Mr. Panama. Next, we have Mr. Puerto Rico. Your first question is, what are your thoughts on the saying, boys don't cry?
Answering that question, I gotta say that boys do cry. And I have many brothers here that they can talk about it too as well. And there's nothing wrong with express yourself. There's nothing or any rule that says that men should be this way, women should be this other. I think the most important, beautiful thing that we have to recognize about ourselves is the truthness about being exactly that, ourselves, and not being scared of showing it, you know? And for me, I gotta be honest. I've cried many times, and it's not necessarily to understand that this is not wrong. It's okay not to be okay, and things get better. So yeah, and it's okay to cry, guys. There's nothing wrong with that.
Thank you, Mr. Puerto Rico. And I completely agree. I think it's absolutely okay to cry, whether you're a man or a woman, because in the end, we're all human and we feel emotions as well. So we don't need to follow the stigma or the stereotype as long as we know we're okay and we're happy with ourselves. So congratulations, guys. You have just completed the first round of questions, and I hope that you're a little bit more relaxed now. And it's been already very interesting and eye-opening to get to know you. So let's go to our second round of questions, starting with Mr. Brazil. Your second question is, what is a quality that you have that you think will help you potentially win Mr. Supranational?
I think that a point that is so strong in myself is that I love to do charity work and social actions. I did this since I was 16 years old, and this is part of me. I don't know if I can imagine my life without make these things. Help each other and other people and my family and my friends makes me happy, you know. So I think this is a really good point that I have. And another point is that I am young. I think I am really young, 23 years old is really young to be representing your country abroad in the first time. I've never went abroad before. This will be my first time, and having so much contact with English, that is my second language, but I I just studied here in Brazil. So sorry if I got a mistake. I'm improving my English, but in resume, I think this is my strongest points.
Thank you, Mr. Brazil. Now I feel a little bit older because you said you're 23, and I thought I was the youngest one here, but I'm not.
And I made in this month, 10 July, I made 23 years old.
Oh, so you're actually 22 right now. Great, I feel much better now. Okay, thank you, Mr. Brazil. Next, we have Mr. Colombia. What is your greatest weakness and how do you handle it?
Whoa, that's a really difficult question. But I think it's a good point to start because I think that we need to work in our own weaknesses. Sorry. For me, it's sometimes I'm a little bit anxious. I'm so anxious. I think maybe I live in the future. I think when one people live in past, one person live in past, are in depression, and when the people live in the future are so anxious. And for me, it's so difficult to control myself in that in that matter. But I think it's a good point to start because we need to work in that. We need to work in our own weakness more than in our own qualities.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Colombia. Next, we have Mr. Dominican Republic. Your second question is, what is your message to the world during this COVID-19 pandemic?
This COVID-19 first had taught me to take care of the details, the little things in life. And I just tell to everyone that be with your family, be with the ones who love you most, the most time that you can, because you don't know where or when they're coming or when they're going, to the afterlife. So life is precious. You need to hold it and take it with your heart and your hands and all your soul. So keep with people that wants you by your side and just try to do what you love and spend some time with things that you like to do and not with things that you don't like. So time is valuable and life is more valuable too. So take care and be safe.
Thank you, Mr. Dominican Republic. Next, we have Mr. Ecuador. Your second question is, what is the meaning of life and humanity during the COVID-19 pandemic?
We have learned so much about it, and I think one of the main things or the most important things that I have learned is like the life is so fragile and we have to start enjoying more with things that are really important in our life, like family, like just having like going on a road trip or just being able to be with other people around, or being able to work, or being able like just running on the road, like simple things. So we start valuing all those little simple things like we didn't before, because we were like paying more attention in things like probably it weren't that important. But so I think it's a good lesson that we have learned. And also it's something very important to paying attention, like if we have the possibilities to help other people, we can start doing it without thinking twice, because life can change that easy. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ecuador. Next, we have Mr. Mexico. Your second question is, other than your mom, who has made the biggest impact on your life and why?
Other than my mom, I will say my mom. How you knew that? Well, I think totally my dad. My dad, he's a brave guy. He always take care about me and my two other brothers that he got with my mom. She is a hard worker. She always try to give us like their best, even when he doesn't have the opportunity to, to have a job, to have food in the house. She always finds the way to give like a great lifestyle, but also, and the most important, to be with us, to have this valuable time with us, to go on vacation, to go to the movie theater, or just having lunch here in home. That is something that I'm really thankful about him, and I love him a lot. And that's it. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Mexico. It was a trick question there, other than your mom, because I feel like a lot of people tend to forget their dad.
Yes, I will say my mom. Yes, my mom is the love of my life,
Of course. Okay, next we have Mr. Panama. Your second question is, if today was your last day on Earth and you had to give one message to everyone, what would that message be?
Buena pregunta.
Good question. It was my last day in the earth, I just want to say to the people to be happy, to smile, to enjoy all the things that you make it in your life. And that is the more important thing. Be happy, smile always, and say thank you for everything.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Panama. And last but not least, and I say this in every Supra Chat, and I also say that in every Supra Chat, so I hope the viewers don't get sick of this. Mr. Puerto Rico, your second question is, what is a challenge you faced and what has it taught you?
I personally believe that my condition that I used to pass before, aviophobia, I really thought I wouldn't be able to do everything I do today if I wouldn't recognize the necessity for me to overcome my biggest fear. And my biggest fear, it's now my passion, my career, surprisingly, I do that every day, every time I have to fly and I have to show up to work. And there were, certain motivations about getting and passing that situation into turning it into something negative to a positive. And I do remember all the steps that I got to go through to be able to be, in the position I am today. So yeah, I feel like that was something that I recognized it was stopping me from fulfilling my dream. And hopefully, through my story and through these situations, people can identify themselves to as well. To whenever the fear is, or the condition, or the situation that he or she may be today.
Thank you, Mr. Puerto Rico. And that's it. That's the final of all the questions. Thank you very much, guys, for your time and enlightening us with your stories and your answers. And I'm sure that the viewers definitely loved listening to you. And I'm very happy to say that, this chat and the last chat I had, the guys that I've met have been very, open with sharing their message. And I think it's really great that the Mr. and Miss Supranational competition gives this opportunity to you guys to share your message and inspire others more than just, showing what you got, your looks on stage, because that's not what it's all about. So thank you very much, guys, for your time. And for the viewers, thank you for your questions. And don't forget to download the Miss Supranational app on your phone to vote for your favorite Mr. Supranational 2021 contestant. Thank you guys for your time. I enjoyed this chat very much, and I will see you very soon. Good luck and good evening, good afternoon. Bye.